Hi, my name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist with Pounding Pavement 101. I have invited financial advisor Marlow Felton in to discuss what you should be doing financially if you all of a sudden are laid off, or if you're planning on leaving your job or looking for that next opportunity. So Marlow, please introduce yourself and all the knowledge that you have brought to all of our viewers today.
Well, thanks, Eileen. I'm Marlow Felton. I'm a senior financial advisor and partner at Summit Global Private Wealth. I have over 21 years of experience in the industry, so I've seen a lot of 401k rollovers and people leaving jobs and changing jobs over the years.
Okay, so I'm so glad that you're here. And before we go into today's question, I would like to remind everyone to subscribe to get alerts every time I post new content to help you in your job search. I would also like to remind you to go to my website. It's poundingpavement101.com. There I have a strategic job searching plan. It's free. You might as well take a look at it to help you in your job search. And if you'd like to speak with me, you can get on my calendar right there so I can help set you up in your job search. So Marlow, I'd like to get back to the question of today and really get incredible expert knowledge from you. That if an employee knows that they're leaving soon, so in other words, they're planning on either jumping ship, they're looking for a new job, or they see that layoffs are coming, okay? And we know that it's in the air. What are the things they need to do to prepare financially?
Yeah, so this is a big one. I've seen so many mistakes over the years. So first of all, this sounds very basic, but it's always surprising to me when I meet with a client and they don't even know how to log into their 401k plan. So please reach out to your HR department, find out who your administrator is, find out your login information. You need to know the number to call and before you leave. Also, you might want to find out from your HR department if you're vested, and it might be crystal clear from your login and your statement, but it might not. Find out if you're vested, which means there's a scale of when you can have 100% of your company match. Some companies don't allow you to take all of their match with you if you're not there for a certain period of time. So see if you're fully vested, or if not, what part you can take with you. Also, find out if you made pre-tax and post-tax contributions, because it's going to be in two different spots. Often I'll meet with a client and they didn't realize they had two different buckets of money in their plan. They thought it was all going because they just saw it come out of their check. So that just means that two new accounts have to be set up instead of one. So it'd be good to know that going in so that you can tell your advisor so that they're prepared. And if you have an advisor, they can help with the rollover. So never fear with technology. It is so much easier now than it was 21 years ago. When I first got into the industry, we did all the paper and all that stuff. But now you can go online, you can call, and boom. It's really easy, and an advisor can help you with that. And my clients are usually pleasantly surprised at how easy it is. Here's the big one. And most people don't know this, and it can bite you in the behind. And that is if you have a loan out on your 401k, because you can borrow against your 401k, and many times people take advantage of this. When you leave that employer, whether you roll it over or not, when you leave and you're terminated, if you have not paid off that loan and you don't pay off that loan within a specific period of time spelled out by the plan, every plan's different, there are severe penalties and taxes. So you can see where that might be a problem.
I didn't know that. So really, people should be contacting a financial advisor even before they're thinking about leaving their job.
Yes.
Okay. How often should someone be contacting their financial advisor?
Well, it's different for everyone. Some of my clients, they like content. We talk every month. If we're in the middle of processing transfers and I can talk to them 3 times a week. It's just different. At the very, very least, you should do an annual review. At the very least.
And at what age? Because I'm thinking back to when I was starting out in my career. At what age should someone be reaching out? Because I have a lot of young professionals who watch this YouTube channel and watch my videos on other social media channels. When should they start with a financial advisor?
As soon as possible. As soon as possible. When I meet with a young person in their 20s, I always say to them, you know what? I already have good news for you because you have time on your side.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We never think it's going to happen to us as we get
No, you
older.
don't.
We never think, but it does. And you don't plan in the 20s because you figure you have so much time in advance or so much time ahead of you. But boy, that it does creep up.
It sure does.
Marlow, this information is absolutely incredible. I hope everyone here is taking advantage of it. Can they reach out to you? Because I'm going to put your information in the chat so this way they can reach out to you as a financial advisor. Curious, do you recommend speaking to multiple advisors, or usually you just work with one? You don't work with multiple, but you at least want to get a second opinion, no different than you get a second opinion on anything else.
You know, absolutely. I encourage people if they want another opinion or if they're new to working with a financial advisor, work or meet with a few of them just to learn how they work differently, because not all financial advisors work the same. Many are very different in structure and offerings, and so yeah. And it's not out of the question to work with more than one advisor. I have many clients that work with me and another advisor. And
That's
you know,
interesting.
I respect that. And so sometimes I can help fill in a gap that maybe they aren't, their advisor that isn't able to do. You know, I never know until I meet with them. So no, it's a good idea.
Well, it's no different before you go for surgery. You get a second
Right.
opinion. This is just as important. I mean, this is your money. This is your livelihood. This is what's going to put food on the table and a roof over your head. So,
Right.
Marlow, thank you so much for bringing us this information. We're going to continue on in this series with additional information in order to help job seekers as they're changing jobs, as they're unfortunately getting laid off. I want to be able to help support them and bring them this knowledge that is so critical at this point in their lives. So, Marlow, thank you. We're going to continue on. My name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist with Pounding Pavement 101, sharing the inside secrets to help get you hired rapidly.